Hi everybody, it's Mr. Berkey again. Today we're going to be reading to determine theme one more time. Now, I have not graded your assignments from yesterday yet, but I am a little bit concerned because I know whenever we do anything on a Google Doc, people always struggle. So today we're going to go over basically the same thing about how to do this. Before we start, I really quickly just I'm going to type in here theme, and we're going to read the definition of a theme, okay? Theme is a noun. It's an idea that recurs in or pervades a work of literature. That means it's the idea that's coming through, okay? Let me think of some examples that you might know. The Very Hungry Caterpillar is a book that several of you have read. It's about a caterpillar that eats and eats and eats and gets really, really big and then has to sleep for a long time in a cocoon before it comes out as a beautiful butterfly. Now, I think a theme in that story is that we shouldn't have to eat all that much in order to be happy. That's a theme that I can think of. Now, you might actually think of a different theme for that story. Every person kind of thinks of a theme a different way. Theme is how we interpret, okay? Here we go. Now, we are going to go ahead and go back to our Google Classroom now, and I'm going to show you what we're going to actually be working on today. Okay, so I have two different things for you to read. One of them I will do with you. The other one you will do on your own. I'm going to read this poem out loud and then talk to you about how I'm determining theme. You should use different text evidence than I do to determine your theme. Now, again, I'm going to show you how to use the scroll bar so that no one can say that they turned it in because they didn't see what they needed to do. The scroll bar is here. You click it and you pull down. You can also use your mouse pad and just put 2 fingers on your mouse pad and pull down like this. 2 fingers on it and just pull up and down. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and read through this poem. As I'm reading through, if there are parts that stand out to me as something that would help me figure out what I'm supposed to learn from this story, that's what theme is, what I'm supposed to learn from this story, I'm going to highlight them. I'm going to again show you how to highlight. Reading by Jacqueline Woodson. I am not my sister. Words from books curl around each other. Words from the books curl around each other, make little sense until I read them again and again, the story settling into memory. I'm going to highlight I read them again and again because it's said twice, so I think that's important. So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to, again, press on the keypad. As I press on the keypad, I am going to pull. Then I need to come up here to the highlight tool, click it, and then I'll highlight in yellow. Each of you has this assigned to you, so you can each make different changes, and I'll be able to see them. The story settling into memory. Too slow, the teacher says. Read faster. Too babyish, the teacher says. Read older. Does this teacher sound nice or mean? This teacher definitely doesn't sound nice to me. If a teacher's calling me like a baby, I would not be happy. But I don't want to read faster or older or any way else that might make the story disappear too quickly from where it's settling inside my brain, slowly becoming a part of me. A story I will remember long after I've read it for the 2nd, 3rd, 10th, 100th time. Again, I'm trying to think of theme, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to highlight some other parts. But I don't want to read faster or any way else that might make it disappear too quickly, becoming part of me. Wow, those lines are awesome. If you who don't know who Jacqueline Woodson is, she's a really famous writer. She has some amazing picture books that I've read for my 3rd graders. She also has chapter books that are for 5th, 6th, and 7th grade level if you guys want to check her out. She's a really cool lady. Okay, now I'm going to read this question and then I'm going to try and answer it. What is the theme of the poem? That's what we've been talking about this entire time. What text evidence can you use to support your answer? Click the dot. Click right next to the dot, right here. Do you see how I'm doing it? Just click on the keypad again and just click right next to that dot. I should not see you answering this question anywhere else but next to that dot, okay? And then you're going to start answering the question. I might even read this 2 or 3 more times because it's really short to determine what the theme is. I do not have time to do that for this video, but I would suggest you reading it a couple more times on your own to determine what you think the theme is. It can be a little bit different than what I thought. So I'm going to restate the question to start this out because I want to answer it in a race response. The theme of this poem is that reading should be up to you. Now, I need to say a little bit more about what that means because that's not super clear. This means that reading should be at your level and understanding. And if you need to read multiple times, then that's okay. Now, something that a lot of us are forgetting to do that I just do off of memory is capitalizing. The way that we capitalize the start of a sentence, we will come over here and we will click Shift and then the letter that we want to start our sentence off. So for me to make the capital T at the beginning here, I'm going to click Shift and T at the same time, okay? Now I've answered the question, what is the theme? Now I need to support with text evidence. The evidence that supports my theme is, I need to put a comma. A comma is right here. Comma, a space by clicking the space bar. Space bar is right here. Then to make a quotation mark, you click the Shift button and the quotation mark button at the same time, okay? When we are using text evidence, we need to do that. And I'm just going to put here. I'm going to actually take a part of it. So I'm going to start here at but I don't want to, and did you see how I was able to do this so easily? Because I had highlighted something while I was reading that helped me understand what the theme was. You can do this a second or a third time when you're reading through the poem, highlighting it like I showed you earlier, and then it's super easy just to pull your text evidence. But I don't want to read faster or older or any way else that might make the story disappear. Now, I'm going to put 3 dots afterwards because I don't think I need to cite anything else. If you want to cite more, go for it. I'm just going to put 3 dots and then I'm going to end with a quotation mark. And the way you do that is by clicking Shift and the quotation mark at the same time. You need one more sentence to finish up your race response. This is why the theme. Our last sentence is just explaining why we used our evidence. And I'm going to just put this is why, and that's how you can kind of start your last sentence for all of your race responses. This is why the theme of this poem is to read at your own pace. Awesome, that's my whole entire race response for the first one. Again, you need to scroll down. There is one more story for you to read below. The story is probably going to get bumped down a little bit, and the dot is still there for you to answer the second question. It's going to get bumped down a little bit after you finish your race response. The way that you can kind of help with that is by clicking right after read and just clicking the backspace up. Okay? If you have any questions about this, please ask. Again, read this entire section and then tell me what you think the theme is for The Boy Who Cried Wolf. It's one of the most famous stories in the world. Good luck and have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.